Hey, what's up everybody? Troll Pal J-Gun taking a look tonight at the Drake Ironclad and maybe the Drake Ironclad Assault if we have time. These ships are now available in the PTU for owners, however they are not flyable at this time. SIG said they encountered some issues with that, but we are free to spawn them and walk around and take a look. So that's what we shall do. It's spawned facing away from us, but that is okay. Gives us a good opportunity to look at the back. Look at the engines. It's a big ship. Let's go ahead and get airborne. When I heard that it wasn't going to be flyable, I spawned in New Babbage, simply because the hangars here have better lighting. I can't actually even get the camera tall enough. Or, sorry, get it high enough. This is the base Ironclad. This is a armored freighter. According to the market materials, an armored freighter that takes the risks involved in deep space traversal and transport seriously. It can hold 1,536 SCU of cargo. It has a brig with additional storage and secure storage rooms. And of course, it has the detachable command module that we're getting now with the Caterpillar also. It has 6 turrets if you count the one on the command module and an interior turret in the cargo bay. Yes, it actually has a weapon turret on the inside of the ship, believe it or not. Excluding those, though, it's just 4 turrets. 2 size 3 remotes, a size 5 manned, and a size 3 manned. I love these landing gear. They are serious. You know, instead of the Caterpillar, which has like, you know, a dozen tiny ones, this has 4 of these huge chonkin ones. I like the exterior catwalks. Very cool. So let's get to ground and hop on in. And much like the Caterpillar, she is low to the ground. There's a ladder we can take on the side here, which actually is so cool. Oh my god, I love this. I feel like I'm swimming. This is like a swimming platform. It's just kind of exactly at that height. How cool is that? How cool is that? But I'm not sure I want to enter this way. It might be more dramatic to enter through the front ramp. So let's go ahead and do that. The ladder waits for nobody. It said, I'm retracting now, J-Gun. Get the hell off. Let's go ahead and click this button. It also has 3 size 2 tractor beams, which should aid in loading and unloading, especially if you've got people to help. Wow, look at that tractor. It's on an arm that has multiple points of articulation, so that should be a really cool arm to get to use. And here we are going in. Nice. And it's pretty tall inside here, so the will it fit people are going to have fun testing this out. I don't think it'll fit a Vulture, but I do think it'll definitely fit a Prospector. We will see. How cool is this? It's gonna, you know, it's gonna take me days to take it all in. Let's go ahead and take the lift up. Bow, port side. Ooh, doors that actually have words on them. So what is this? And I'm probably touring this ship kind of in the worst possible order. I apologize, but I'm just kind of exploring things as I run across them. Oh, this will probably take you... Oh, there's a cool video feed. That is cool. I'd like to say this is like an engineering station of some kind, but it's not actually active. But I think this is the brig. I think the brig is supposed to be here across the center. They're calling them storage pens. I'm not sure. So we'll go across. Okay, so yeah, so this one's a turret, right? That's that front large turret on the starboard side. The port should be the loading beam. Yeah, use tractor beam. And I forgot to turn it on, of course. Yeah, there we go. I mean, I don't love it, right? Because immediately, you know, you're blocked by the front of the ship that is thick. So you're going to have to slide things in underneath this beam and hope you don't hit them. But, you know, with some practice, you'll get good at it. You know, and a lot of times on ships like these, people kind of just prefer to use their multi-tools with their max lifts. Okay. So let's go ahead and explore the space. So what will you be doing, folks, with your 1,536 SU of cargo space? And actually, let's go ahead and go all the way back to the back. Now, on the assault version, all of this space back here is referred to as like the service station. And, you know, in the picture, in the brochure, there's tanks back here that are being repaired. There's a crafting station where you will be able to craft components for ground vehicles. Oh, and this goes down. Oh, this probably goes down to that ladder that we first saw. Yes. Perfect. That makes sense. So, props to Cloud Imperium in that they made a ship that's 3 times as big as a Caterpillar, but is easier to navigate. And it looks like we have another tractor turret up there. Oh, and there's the little internal turret. Yep, that's the size 2 remote interior turret. That's kind of cool. You know, if somebody enters the ship and you don't want them in there. Deck 4 command module operations. That's really cool. Finally, we're getting some good signage with colors. So if you're playing with an org mate and they're like, I'm totally lost, you know, you can say follow the blue lines. That'll take you to operations. Open. Okay. And where does this go? Because there's not a ladder on this side, is there? There is. Perfect. Okay, symmetry. Makes things easier. I'm okay with that. So this is deck 1. We've got personal storage. 7,000 micro SCU. So, you know, almost 3/4 of an SCU. We've got some ship components. Makes sense. Some empty bays for components. A sign. And then a turret. This goes up to the ventral turret on the top. Let's check it out. Let's see what that looks like. I'm such an idiot. It's on the bottom. It's a bottom turret.
Aboard your Drake interplanetary craft. Your systems are online.
Okay, well, it's ballistic, I believe, so probably never use it, because I think after 4.8, I'm not going to be able to afford to buy ammo for any of my ships. Okay, so I think this is the main door, unless we're going, you know, on the top catwalk. I think this would be the main door to exit the lower cargo deck. And I expect some stairs, probably. Engineering. Okay. Oh, I love the assets. They're doing so much better with the art. Just the fact that there's some color in here It's cleaner. You know, we don't see like the aluminum foil. You know, on the Caterpillar, you see like the exposed walls with the insulation. So we're on deck 2. Pretty much anywhere you are on the deck, you'll be able to see a sign saying you're on deck 2. That goes to operations. So this is probably the upper catwalk, right? Oh, they really need to fix these. Well, that is an opening, but I think that's that upper operations. So I think that's where we fly. Not where we fly from. Flying is from the command module. But I think operations is where you control stuff. Oh, here's a lift. So I completely missed this then. It was right next to the door. Okay. So we've got a few ways to get upstairs. Okay, I apologize, folks. A lot of redundancy here in this video, but I'm kind of just seeing this space for the first time. And that's probably operations, I presume. No, actually it's not. That's just the hallway between. Well, it's just a hallway on the upstairs. Okay. Yep, you can look down there. And then a ladder. Okay, let's take, you know what, I'll bite. Let's take the ladder. Now we're starting to see some of that Drake exposed insulation. Okay. Okay. There's a little bit of ghetto still left in the ship. Deck 3. I like it. But immediately if we go up, here it is. Here's the operations room. Enter turret, another turret. I reckon this will probably be the turret inside the cargo bay. Yeah, and it is. Again, ballistics. And enter turret. So this is the command center. Oh, this is kind of cool. Okay, team, what are we doing from here? Cool. Can pull back that cover. It's kind of a 2-stage animation. Now, this will help you load things from the top, which I guess, you know, from certain perspectives, this could be really useful if you're in 0G, right? Like planet side, I don't know if you're going to be seeing crates above you, but if you're out in space, you could grab some stuff pretty easily. Yoink, and make it yours. That is cool. Operator 1. I like that this room is really spacious. Pretty cool. Operator 2. Oh, they did a really good job with this. I like the angled kind of center console area. These buttons are still a little bit like just for looks. They're not real, you know, and they'd be impossibly hard for me to reach. But that's okay. I am okay with a little bit of fantasy. Okay, and then there's this turret here. So that makes sense. Those are the 3 turrets, right? We had the one sticking out on the front. We had Operator 1, which is on the top, and Operator 2 here. So you get these working in parallel, and you could have a pretty quick little operation. The only problem is ship mounted tractor beams still kind of operate like wet noodles. They're just not very firm and not very snappy. You know, but people could say that about me. So let's go down here. Where does this go? Another elevator. Hopefully this is the same elevator. Oh, that's where we are. Command module. Oh, that's kind of cool. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something is right. Go down. Oh, perfect. So the elevator itself doesn't have the door. The door is of the ship. So, yeah, cool. Okay. So you can come in on that side. But then you can say, go up one more level. And it opens on this side. The patch notes did mention something about command modules not working right now in this build correctly. So, not sure. Or like collision isn't working. And I actually have a video on the command module. Oh god, there we go. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So definitely not going to be flying this today. Which means also I can't really get in it to power up the engines and power up all the systems. So it's probably going to stay dark inside. I apologize for that. And then what is all this back here? Oh, interesting. Wow, this is like a legit EVA prep room, right? Yeah, like this like now we're taking airlocks seriously, right? You know, if you had to leave the ship, exit the ship. Although the entire room wouldn't pressurize because there's no... That's kind of weird. This doesn't look necessarily finished. I'm not sure. Exterior door. Yeah, that's a little rough. But, you know, it's an airlock. It's not actually quite wide enough to stand inside of. I'm not sure how that'll work. But there's benches to sit down on and a lot of suit lockers. Looks like 6. So that's kind of cool. Like, this is where you and your team can change, basically. Get on your space suits. Engineering, it's in the back by the engines. That makes sense. Oh, we got a sneak peek of this shot in a newsletter a week or 2 ago. And that's the engine. And it looks good. Art team, you did a good job with this. I approve. And what is this? Oh, engineering terminal. Okay. Some more components. I apologize if I'm whipping the camera around too quickly. Some more componentry cabinets. Okay. Components, engineering, and go back here. Okay, and that gets us back there also. Nice. So multiple ways to get to common areas like that. So I like that. So upstairs to operations. This is deck 2, which is engineering. Yep. Engineering. Docking. So engineering is a little loop in the back. Perfect. Sorry, folks. I'm just learning my ship, and you're getting to do it with me. Roof access. Let's do it. Oh, nice. Okay, so from the upper gantry, walkways in the cargo bay. And there's even a suit locker here. I like that the verbiage of the button makes it clear, like you are exiting the ship. Now, You know, is there gravity here in 0G? I don't know. I hope so. Like, I hope they implemented magnetic boots for these walkways. One can hope. There's no walkway for crossing across, so I probably shouldn't be doing that. But this would also be good for people with multi-tools. They could help you load, you know? And then there's a walkway here. Oh, God. Is there a door for it, though? No. So... I guess this... I can't get back up. I guess this is more just for looks. And can I grab that ledge? No, I can't. Okay. Okay. You have left Drake Ironclad J-Gun. Well, I think we've opened up most of the major areas. What else do you want to know? See about the armored freighter. Apparently it has quad missile launchers. It's a shame the command module isn't working. But let's go through again. Like, I still feel like there's rooms I might have missed. Okay, so that takes us up to the walkway on the starboard side, and of course if we go around here, this is the walkway to the port side. That makes a lot of sense. If we want to go up to the operations deck, we have two options. We can take the ladder right here, or we can run around and take the stairs. That makes sense. Ladder, and this is where the ladder would come up. Perfect. And I like that. So the ladder and the stairs basically both emerge at the same place here on the operations deck. Now, on the operations deck, oh, I didn't even explore this. As we go backwards in the ship, we have probably crew mess. Looks like this is where they would eat. And we have crew bunks. Storage is similar, 700K micro SCU. And I like that the button's over here, but the storage unit is a combination of... Oh, you get two. Okay. You get a little drawer under the bed and a little vault on the wall. That's kind of interesting. With their new looting system, stuff like that is much more doable. So, could I just stand here and press I? Yes, I can. Wow. Very cool. That works nicely. And let's take a look at the bathroom. I like the Drake insulation. Perfect. So you can pee and wash your hands at the same time, which is kind of nice. Continuing clockwise around the room. Of course, we have the kitchenette and another bathroom. Ah, symmetry. Thank you, Drake. And 3 more rooms. So, crew of 6 would allow you to operate this very nicely. This kiosk doesn't appear to actually be interactable, and it actually just looks like some make-believe graphics. So that's okay. Perfect. And let's go elsewhere on... Okay, and also from deck 3 we can get to the command module. Perfect, and we saw these stairs before. Okay. And then here's the elevator that would take us to the command module. And then the owner. Oh. This door just says owner. Is this like captain's quarters or something? Oh, it is. Oh, and they look nice. Oh my gosh. Good job, Sig. And the owner of the ship. I like how it says owner and not necessarily captain. But this looks nice. I remember when we all got our Polarises, our Polari, and the captain's quarter was absolute It just felt undone. And then like a patch later, they added a little bit more, but it still, even to this day, feels... It doesn't feel cozy. But this does. This does. I like this. Like, I could see this being my office. I'd bring my kids to work. There's comfortable couches. There's a cute little bed. I like this. This is cool. For some reason... Oh, you can carry and pick up the cigar. That's kind of cool. Sit and activate. Well, should we activate first or sit first? Oh, geez. Okay, we're going to sit and spin. Very cool. And a chessboard. Oh my god, my birthday is the 30th. How fucking random is that? Jeez. Thank you, Cloud Imperium. Okay. That is random. Cool. And I have my own gun racks in here. And I have a window. So it's an interesting ship for sure, right? Like, you need people in the command module to fly the thing and operate the engines and stuff. You need engineers to handle the componentry. You need turret operators to do the loading. And then, of course, you've got turrets that need manning if you want to protect yourself. And I knew that was going to happen, didn't I? I was hoping to at least get into the seat so I could turn it on. Well, folks, that is a quick tour of the Drake Ironclad. You know what, though? I'm not happy just yet. I need to get into a seat somewhere so we can do an exterior spin around. I can probably just do it from one of the turret seats. In fact, I think I know I can from the operator. Quickest way to operations deck would be to take this ladder. So unlike the Caterpillar, this ship, you'll learn it. You'll learn it, which is nice. What I mean by that is, like, you know, I've owned the Caterpillar ever since it was added to the game. I've been flying it since, 3.6 or whatever. But I still sometimes get lost in it because there's just a lot of unnecessary rooms. That and, like, the Starfarer are examples of that kind of. Okay. So let's do a quick exterior tour. And, now a lot of the concept art makes sense. So yeah, the command deck is, yeah, I mean, it's right there. We're in it, but we're also looking at it. Pretty cool. It's groovy. So from the command center, people handle the logistics of loading and unloading the ship. And that makes sense. And again, there are 2 size 3 remote turrets, and we're looking at them right now. These are the 2 size 3 remote turrets. Pretty cool. And then there's the 1 size 5 manned turret, which is going to be on the front, I believe. Yeah. Oh, come on, J-Gun. Yep. Perfect. And then there's a size 3 manned turret, which is probably the bottom turret, the ventral turret. Yep, there it is. There it is, underneath. It's hiding from us. Yep. Perfect. So even the base model, just the regular Ironclad, has quite a bit of pew pew, and then it's got the internal turret, size 2, and then of course the command module itself has a turret. So there's a lot going on here. I don't like that the bottom catwalks aren't accessible. I don't know if they'll maybe later add ladders or something. The top catwalks are great if your boots are magnetized, because kind of like when we got the oh my god, the Aegis, or was it the Anvil? Oh my god. By the way, it's like 1 a.m. when they delivered this patch, so my brain is fried. But that recent ship we got at IAE, the big military ship, you know what I mean. They look like the 2 size 8 cannons. It had this cool little outdoor area next to the bridge, but you couldn't really use it in EVA. So, what else? Oh, apparently this cover you can keep open while you're quantuming. So if you want to put something in here like a vulture that doesn't quite fit, you still can. But really, if you want to put in vehicles, some people may say you should use the Ironclad Assault, because the Ironclad Assault is a combined arms platform that is a self-sufficient beast capable of meeting anything or anybody standing in your way, according to Cloud Imperium. But it is meant for heavy vehicle transport. So let's go ahead and take a look at that next. You know what? It's late. This video is super long, so I'll have to do that in a separate video. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to drop questions in the comments if you have them. This is not a ship review video. This is not a should you buy video. This is just a tour of the ship. Again, we can't fly them yet, but any day now we will be able to. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the verse.